do that. Yeah. Anyway, I'm Pat.
Hi, Pat. I'm Jeffrey.
We're back.
Yeah, we're just discussing sort of abstract family lineage. Um, because yeah, that's the thing is at this point, if you went to, your 23andMe or whatever, I think it would
It's
be
gonna show up that I'm
Ancestry.
like
Yeah.
fucking half African anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, that thing's bullshit.
No, no,
I
no.
don't want the
I'm talking
FBI to
about
have my stuff, man.
I'm talking the Ancestry side where they actually look at your actual family.
So my mom did that. We got one person on my mom's side of the family who's like the resident genealogist and
Mm,
has traced it back to like the fucking 1100s or some bullshit.
right.
Yeah, my dad's family was too busy getting drunk and killing each other to keep any records. So they go
Priorities,
they
dude.
they
I
they
mean,
started Ellis Island in 14.
exactly.
So because they're like, oh, there's a war going on over here. We better get while the getting's good.
No, that's fine. I mean, that's the thing is eventually you have to stop. Well, you don't have to, but a lot of times families just have to quit just replaying the save and just start a new game somewhere.
Sometimes you
And
do, yeah. You need to begin the game in a new world.
that's
Yeah,
correct.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I think
As a banker from Boston, or a Dutch
none of
pipes or whatever.
none of us come from that bank original lineage. I don't
No.
think. Um, I would have remembered that. I would have remembered, stories of, oh man, let me tell you about my grandpa. He had more than enough money to spend on
Yeah.
whatever he wanted.
Yep.
He
Nothing but blackjack and hookers. Yeah.
he immigrated by choice, you see.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They invited him over.
So do you know what highly skilled labor is?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
He got the first one, the H-1A visa.
Yeah. So you do know what I'm talking about now, right? Oh, okay. I was about to say you
Yeah.
to do some research on that. Okay. No, that wasn't it. Um, all my family's immigration was I don't know. Actually, that's a good point. I know somewhere along the line, there are Jews in my family tree. Um, where that happens, that someone eventually waters down this line where we stop going to temple, I don't know. I'm never going to find out, and that's okay by
I
me.
guess is that ended somewhere between 1943 and
If I
1945.
had to
Yeah.
guess,
Yeah. That's a good guess. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to stick too sharp a pin on it, but
if I had to guess as a name that is German Jewish, yes.
yeah, I'd have to guess. Yeah, so it probably happened somewhere in there.
I
But again, you remember, you're only Jewish through your mom's lineage, so you're kind of fucked.
yeah, I suppose that's true. I guess that
I don't think they tell you not to stop. Yeah.
it's funny. I don't think that's the reason that I have a hard time believing that that's the reason that the rest of my dad's family disapproved of my mom.
That probably has nothing to do with it. As soon as he doesn't keep kosher, so,
Yeah, my dad never made any mentions about whether his first unfaithful wife was actually one of the tribe or not. I doubt it.
no idea.
Not
Yeah.
entirely sure. But yeah, only one of my family members. My
I forgot about that. You guys have a couple half brothers, don't you?
sure do. I have
Yeah,
a half brother. I have a half
half
sister.
sister. That's right.
Actually, I also have three additional Korean half brothers, but there is no possible way to figure out who they are.
No,
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 they exist, but we'll never meet each other.
no. They probably live much, much more difficult lives. So,
Um, well, I don't know if I can say that. My
well, wait a minute. They'd all be older than you two.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. Maybe not.
they'll be older than us, but I do know that my mother's first husband was an exceptionally like crazy wealthy family
Oh,
that made her basically live in a doghouse behind
this is
the
a very
estate.
Korean thing to do. Yeah.
Well, you see, like so if you go back to the 1980s, right? There's a class of movies that you'll see that you will not see anymore, right? Um, you will see that there's like a class of kids, usually set in either like um, upstate New York or very certain nice parts of California, where a guy of high social status um, falls in love with some girl from like the valley,
The sticks.
right?
Yeah.
And the whole conflict of the movie is that,
Isn't this Pretty Woman all over again?
well, the whole thing is that like you can't love her, dude. She's poor,
Right. She's
right?
poor.
Now, granted, like you see her doing like really like down to earth shit. Like her father taught her how to like change carburetors and shit,
Right. Yeah.
right?
She can balance her own checkbook. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And like the
Does
the
her own taxes.
yeah, and the like the big kicker is like your mom's in prison.
Oh.
Right, right. And so there's this thing where eventually he has to accept these like social cues, these like difference in social status. Now in Korea
It seems
though,
so quaint.
very quaint.
Yeah.
Nobody that you would not make
You would
that
not
movie
find
now.
that now. No.
Why?
Right.
Because you couldn't be the hero of the movie if what you have to overcome is your prejudice
Right. Yeah.
of people of lower social status.
Yeah,
Now,
no, it only works the other way around, where you educate. You're like bumbling blue class father,
right.
about like his white privilege and things.
Correct, correct. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
you establish that your father is what's known as a super racist, and um, like,
Look at there, up in the sky.
well, the first thing that you do is like so yeah, the page one. So if you're like setting opening scenes, like page one, it's like Dad the super racist, and what he's doing is he's looking at loan applications, right? And and he sees like
Too many vowels in his name.
yeah, so he sees like I would say uh a Graham Smith, and he's like, yes, yes, and then eventually
Yeah,
even he vows you find a um an 11 syllable first and last
right. Yeah,
name,
yeah, yeah.
and he's like he cannot he looks
Not in my town
he
ever.
looks at all the qualifying factors, right?
Yeah, I don't care how much Saudi oil you have. Never in my country.
And he is just ruthlessly denying the shit out of that loan, right?
Yeah.
And that's the dad that she has to have, that she has to overcome,
Right.
right?
I'm going to ask AI to make this movie. It'll be great. So it'll be great.
but on the other hand, in say post-war, post-Korean War Korea, that whole little status thing was a big, big, big to do. And so, if you were of high class and you fell in love with a girl of the absolute shit class because she used to live in the north and lost
The other part,
everything,
yeah.
right? Her parents would say, "Well, we love the children,
Right.
but that mother of theirs is not allowed in this house."
Right.
And that's a true story.
I know it's a true story. So it's not just a Korean thing, too. So
It's not,
no, it's a
um,
generation thing, man.
well, again, there's a couple of parts, there's a few parts of the United States that may have had that going on at certain times, but that has been oversaid. I would say that was, I joke about that 80s shit, but I mean, there's no, it would just be like, well, okay, whatever.
Oh, my grandma was doing that to my cousin. So that was in the 80s. So.
Well, was it about being broke, or I thought it was about like,
Marrying a Mexican.
right? That's
Yeah.
that's. I'm
Who was
talking about
broke?
social class.
Who was broke?
Oh,
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
they rich?
Might no, no, they weren't rich. I think my dad's family was actually pretty poor for
I
a
think I'm
while.
willing to put a little bit more on the Mexican part than the.
It's possible, yeah, but like some of it was, definitely. There were a couple, like he had a couple strikes against him. One of them was in Mexican. He wasn't educated.
It's Catholic though, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he was Catholic, so that's a ball.
Yeah, but it's not a hit, huh?
It's not a hit.
It's
Yeah, that
not a
one
hit
got
though.
by the
Okay,
plate, man. Yeah, it's okay.
all right. this game is fucked up.
This
Okay,
game
but
is fucked up, man.
yeah.
Yeah, but that was a long, long time ago. So, and my mom's family wasn't terribly well off. They were solidly like middle class. So, like
Right.
my grandfather was a small business owner. Um, he owned the town electric store.
That was
So,
a good job, I'd
well,
imagine.
he was a town
Yeah.
electrician.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he'd work on everything from fucking transformers to, the fucking clock in your stove, kind of
Right.
thing. He could
Right.
do anything. Um, like that. And he owned a little shop where he'd sell like radio tubes and things. Yeah.
As you do.
Well, 1950s versions of
Yeah.
batteries. Yeah. you know. So and stuff like that. So they were pretty. They weren't rich, but they were okay. So enough where both of my uncles went to University of Michigan. So
That's
it was cheap
that's a
back
big
then.
deal, though.
That is cheap back then, though. You got to understand the state paid for almost 90% of it. So
When would this have been? 19.
1950s. So remember, my parents were born before World War II,
Oh, sure,
man.
yeah. That's a good
Yeah,
point.
not much more, but they were.
They literally aren't boomers. Yeah, that's true.
Yes,
Your mom less so than your dad.
yeah, by like 2 years.
Yeah.
So I think my mom's 3. She might have been 3 years older than my dad. Yeah. Yeah.
Shit, your mom was.
No, my dad graduated from high school like when Marty McFly's dad did. So like, well, no, not 19. I think my dad graduated 1957. So from high school.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the height of the greasy Elvis days. So he was actually too
Yeah.
old to get drafted into Vietnam when it started going nuts in like 67 and 68. So
Oh yeah.
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 See, my father-in-law was born in 46. So he nailed it, man. and he
Yeah.
went.
Yeah.
He went to Vietnam, man.
Yeah. My dad was 48. So
Oh yeah, your dad nailed
that's
it
why
too.
he
Yeah,
that's why he went Air Force.
yeah. Well, my dad went Air Force because he thought he was going to go. And he was actually in the Air National Guard
Oh,
when
right.
Kennedy was shot. So yeah, it was weird, man. Yeah. So 63. So he was actually in the Air Force before Vietnam got serious, and so he was pretty sure he was going to go.
I can see
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Um, yeah, but he was a little bit too old to get drafted. So
You know what? That's good.
it worked out.
Yeah.
He had a really low draft number too because he was born in New York.
It's true.
So yeah, these all started with 0.
That seems remarkably unfair. Like if it,
Well, when that many people live there, man.
I know, but I mean, if you're not going to randomize the numbers that you're giving out in the area, it also seems kind of fucked up to start with one.
I actually don't know how that works. So, having never looked at my selective service card, I have it somewhere. So,
It exists. I mean, this was, I don't know about you, but as far as there was a little bit of like choice on my 18th birthday, but also some that wasn't. There was a little bit of like, congratulations, son, wake up. It's like, so we've got to do a couple of things today here. I'm going to take you to go ahead and get this card, do this, this, and this here, and you'll be a man, right? And then sometime, we'll go out for dinner or something like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it all started with like, wake up, son, time to go get your selective service card.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you just handle that on your own?
I think I got mine mailed to me. I didn't go anywhere to get it.
You just have to go to the post office. I think is what the trick was.
I
Yeah.
think I just filled out the thing and they mailed it to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, I was trying to join the military. So,
That's true. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I don't think I was like, I was like, oh, well, I got to go to the office today. Get my fucking passport stamped.
No, nothing like that. If I recall, it was just you fill out a form at the post office,
No.
and then you're done.
I'm pretty sure I did mine at school, come to think of it. Because I turned 18 while I was in school.
Oh, see, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not.
I turned
Okay.
18 when I was in school.
You know what? That makes sense. I bet you. Yeah, that makes sense. They probably had a place where you actually just drop it off there too. Like you fill it out and then
Yeah. I can't remember, man.
Well,
So,
this is a
well, I
while
did get
ago.
one in the mail. So, because I do actually have a paper one somewhere. It's with my little rubber banded pack of, identifying documents that I've collected over the last 47 fucking years.
Well, it's funny. There was a question on something I was listening to where um, if basically your memory, right, was wiped. Now,
Mhm.
pretend, of course, that you can still read, right,
Yeah.
but you don't know who the people are around you. You don't know your identity. That kind of stuff.
Mhm.
What's the one thing that you have that you would use to jog your memory?
Oh, my driver's license.
Okay, see, that's
Yeah.
that's not a bad place to start,
Yeah.
right? Because what does it tell you on there?
Who I am when I was born, what citizenship I have, yeah, all kinds of stuff. I
See, all
think
right,
mine's even got my blood type on it, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think mine does.
I
I know
think
mine doesn't actually.
I think. Well, I know it says that I'm a donor on there. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have my blood type on there. There was like some like voluntary information that you could put on there. I put it all on there.
You could put like organ donor
Yeah, that was one.
uh,
I think my voter registration's on
I think you're right. I
there.
think that's it because there are things I'm thinking like, is this voluntary? And I was like, no, corrective lenses. It's not voluntary. That's
No, that's on there if you need them. Yeah.
yeah. Um, I presume that your height and weight are not
I
voluntary.
doubt it. Yeah.
I mean, it's fictional. They take your word for it when it comes
They
to
do, but I
the
mean, if you come
number.
in and say you're 6'4", like, nah,
You sure?
you sure?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So the uh, I don't know about you. I don't have to put in a passcode, right? So I'm
for
lucky
what?
enough where I just hit the button and my phone turns on. So
Oh,
that'd be what I use.
your phone?
Yeah.
No, see, I have a passcode on mine.
Yeah. Because if you don't
Fortunately, my
remember
wife
that.
knows what it is, so
Oh, okay. All right.
I'd be like, you're unlocked. I don't know how much information you get out of me by looking at my phone.
Tons. Well, because
Well, I mean, yeah, like in metadata and stuff like that, but I mean, you're not going to find my social security number on my
you're not, but the
phone.
first thing that you can do if you don't know your identity is you can look through this thing and see, like, oh, I have a mother. And you can call
Oh, the
that person.
contacts. Yeah, there you
Right.
go. Okay.
It also has like all of your apps. It has like all of, you could go to your YouTube and see like the last things that you watched.
I don't think that would tell you much about me.
I think it would tell you a lot about you, about
I
the
don't
kind
know,
of person
man.
that you are.
I don't know. There's so much shit on there now. It's not even fun. I mean, I probably watch about 8, 9 hours of YouTube a day just because it's spooling in the background.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
These are all things that inform the person that you are. Do you have photos?
I have photos of everything but me and my family on my phone.
Okay, so
I have
it's
lots of pictures of my cats. It's
right.
obvious those cats are mine.
That's
So
correct. Yeah. Uh,
yeah. Yeah. I would go for my driver's license first. So
now this presumes that you're not at home. This would be your way of finding your way home.
yeah, other than I'd have to use my phone if it was on me.
Well, no, 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 no. If you
So
had your driver's license, I mean, it does have your
oh,
address
that's true. It does have
there.
my
Yeah.
address. I could find my way.
Yeah, exactly.
I
And
could
then you
probably
could
find
just
my car too. So yeah,
yeah, and so in this, yes, you do still know how to drive. That
yeah,
sort of thing. It's not like you have to relearn the fucking language or anything like that. So yeah.
okay. So there's a layer of amnesia that's related to. I can't remember what it is though.
That is a weird thing. I presume that you've studied it a little bit and seen the
No, I had a student who had it once though.
really
Yeah, that was weird. So he had a bad concussion. Kind of forgot a lot of shit.
like in the middle of class.
Well, in the middle of the semester, not in my class.
No shit.
Yeah, yeah, he got in a car wreck. So
Like, did he know you?
no,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
he just disappeared for a couple weeks, and then he came back with an aide.
I think that's totally fair.
That was cool. So he got better as time went on.
This was one of those. It does recover eventually,
I
huh?
hope so,
I hope
man.
so,
I
yeah.
mean, he was. I only saw him a few more times that semester, and he dropped out. So of my class, at least. But then I saw him like a semester later. He looked better. So
Well, that's cool.
yeah,
Man, that's a crazy thing to go through.
yeah. He had that, not the halo thing that they put on your head, but like the fucking neck brace they give you if you're faking an injury.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
actually wasn't
yeah.
faking the injury. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, your brother went mental there for a little bit too.
Yeah, it's different though.
Yeah, that was different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and for the most part, he like recognized us.
See,
And,
that's good.
and again, that was again that was two things I think, and this is my professional opinion is it's a mixture of essentially your brain being completely fried by this virus.
Yeah.
Um,
I've been reading on Alzheimer's lately. They think it's actually caused by bacteria.
they thought
So
that for about the past 12 years.
yeah,
Wow.
so that was kind of interesting. So that they're finally getting some traction in some of the medical lit on that. It's like, huh, maybe I won't have to worry about that later.
That's the thought. So there's a couple of things about this that I found particularly fascinating. Because this is something I always have to look down the road with of my grandmother went this way,
Yeah, both of
um,
mine did too.
and my mother always has that fear of she's just like, oh, my memory's going. It's like your memory's been going since you were 40. You've been. I mean,
That's what
this
my
is
mom says the same thing. I'm like, Mom, you're fine. So
it's like yeah. I'm like, Mom. Everybody forgets things, especially as they get older.
it's like, oh, I'm
That's
forgetting things. Come over here and take care of me. It's like,
so
no,
yeah. It's
no,
like,
stop
no.
that. We're not doing
Well, then there's the other
that.
part of well, have you been doing your exercises? Have you been doing because they have a packet of things at the doctor's office that says, so you're afraid of losing your memory. Okay, so these are things that you can do to keep your brain exercised so that you don't,
Yeah.
right? My mom does none of them.
So my mom does puzzles avidly. So
That I respect.
yeah, just like the actual 2,000 piece puzzles.
That I
She'll
absolutely
get like
respect.
one every 2 weeks and just tear through it. So she doesn't do anything like my in-laws are all they sit there and they play free cell all fucking day. And then they play
Free cell.
like the hard one, it's hard. So yeah. Or Sudoku, they'll do that.
Sudoku, I
Or
can. So
Mahjong.
they're big puzzle people, if I recall. Yeah.
They're what?
They're big puzzle people, aren't they? In
Not
terms
that
of
kind of
no,
puzzle.
but in terms of like mental games and
Yeah, stuff
yeah.
like that, but they would never be caught dead doing an actual puzzle. So with pictures and stuff. That looks way too much fun. So
You make it sound so uh diminutive that's like, are you reading a picture book or a
like
chapter
a
book?
chapter book. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
And yeah, that's you like
it's the kind of book that's tied together with a string.
yeah, it's just kind of like I like doing puzzles. Like, oh, with the little pieces. Oh, I thought you
Oh,
meant
yeah. I thought
right.
you meant Sudoku, yeah, or something. Yeah. So they all do that stuff, man. But like I can tell, with my mom, just like having kind of a low level hobby like that
Yeah,
has made all the difference,
yeah, yeah.
because she doesn't get burned out on it. She doesn't get frustrated with it. We buy her hard ones, and she's like, that one's too hard. So, and she doesn't get offended by that. She's just like, I'll give it away to somebody else. So, and she'll take a stack. She does. She takes a stack of them over to the used bookstore. So, and then pulls out new ones.
That's your
So,
mom, dude.
it's totally
I
my
totally
mom.
respect that. I could. There's also a part of me. It's like, well, I know you didn't spend $10,000 on this, so I'm
No,
going to put this right in the closet. And
no, we're not allowed to have extra junk that we're not going to use in our house. So,
okay,
yeah.
no, the one thing I mean, I got to give my mom credit. She does still drum, and I imagine that
Oh, that's good.
that's probably a particularly meaningful thing to uh like because I try to do like I was thinking about it. I was like, what if is it difficult to try and keep rhythm and do different things with different parts of the body? And the answer to me is yes. Like I
I
cannot.
can't do it.
I'm sitting there. I'm trying to keep like I'm mentally like doing a couple things where I'm trying to mentally keep time on one hand and then do something else with the other hand. And then I'm thinking like then add in this foot and I keep
I
trying.
can't
I
do it.
just can't do it.
I
I
cannot do it.
just can't do it. Um, and there's my mom. I mean, she's doing that, and she's listening to the time. Like, I think that's okay, as
Yeah,
long as
dude.
you're, yeah, yeah. But yeah, the thing where they used to say the bacteria thing, and this is where I thought it was definitely a not necessarily a family thing, but a generational thing, was the bacterial agent. They say most of the time comes from the mouth.
Yeah, it's like gingivitis. So yeah,
Right. And we come from, I don't know about you. I know that my generation, and at least then moving forward, there has been this push on, like, y'all don't get it. Like, tooth health is
it's
a
a big
big
fucking
deal.
deal. Yeah,
Like, they even talked about that when we were in like grade school and shit. Like,
he did.
this was a huge deal. So I wonder if that's something that if that is something that
It's possible, man. I don't know. Well, I mean, we're kind of at the cutting edge of the generations that are going to live to be in their 80s or 90s, basically guaranteed. So, I mean, my dad didn't make it to his 80s, but my mom's going to probably make 90. So, you know,
uh
and almost all of her siblings have. So, I mean, back in the day, it would be like, you get one.
well
One of y'all is going to make it to your 80s.
well, if you recall, I don't even know if it's still like this. I remember seeing the letter where if you made 80, the president wrote you a letter.
That I thought it was 100.
My grandma didn't make 100.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Now,
So,
granted, it wasn't like handwritten on a notebook.
no, it's like a thank you card. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, she got that because I guess that was kind of an accomplishment back then.
I guess, man. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, see, my grandma lived to be 90. Both of them lived to be in their 90s, come to think of it. But one of them, she was completely melted. She had Alzheimer's for at least the last 10, 15 years of her life.
Like low level or
Bad.
oh
Like,
man,
didn't
okay.
remember what was going on yesterday,
Uh,
kind of stuff.
like all 15 years, or was it?
No, but by the time I was old enough to know who she was. So almost none of my cousins got to know her, except for the very oldest ones. So
Damn.
yeah, that's okay. I think I met her like twice. So
Well, I presume that she was under basically someone's full time care,
she was
right?
in a nursing home. Yeah,
There you go. All
and
right.
my grandfather was long dead. He died way before I was born. So he got by the coronary artery disease. So
Was there a lesson to be learned from it? Does anybody say
no,
like
man, it's just
it
like
was?
back then you didn't go to the fucking doctor. You just be like, yeah, that's okay. So just need to be more breakfast.
I gotta tell you, there's a surprising amount of people that I know where they talk about like their grandfathers and the stories of how they passed is as such. It's like, well, grandpa was either underneath this or he was on top of something about 5 steps up.
Yeah,
And it always ends with, so he hit his head pretty hard, but he said, I'm fine, I'm going to sleep it off.
and then you didn't wake up
And
the
then he
next
died
day.
a day
Yeah,
later. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Um, I'm surprised with how many people have a story like that of like their granddad in their past. And it was just like, no, okay, I just knocked my head.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that was it.
My understanding is he just died of a massive heart attack at night. So he went to bed and he never woke up, kind of thing. My dad's dead. I have no fucking clue.
Like no
So,
one knows.
well, I'm sure somebody knows, but they're dead now too. So,
Right.
yeah.
I had one.
I had one.
Nobody
Yeah,
knows
yeah,
how it
nobody
happened. Yeah,
knows.
it's all
So,
right.
all I know about my paternal grandfather is that he cheated on my grandmother. She threw him out of the house, and he was an FDNY guy for like 35 years. So,
Okay.
and then he died, and neither my dad nor my aunt went to his funeral. So, so there you go.
Again, that's the shit. It's like, and that's all we have to say about
And
that.
that's it. Yep.
We don't know how things went. Everything on. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Apparently, like my dad knew him briefly, when my dad was like in fucking like grade school.
Yeah.
And then so that happened during grade school, and um I Dad never talked about him ever. So like not even a word kind of thing. And then the guy who was like living in the apartment next to my grandma was um
Was he that
he
cook?
was a cook and he cooked at night. And so he would watch my dad and my aunt during the day.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right, right,
So yeah.
right.
And I mean he eventually became a huge corporate chef, blah blah blah, and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that. But when he was just first starting out after the after coming back from World War II,
right.
he would watch my dad and my aunt because my aunt was an infant. So at that point in time,
That's wild.
yeah, no, yeah, she was a baby. Yeah,
Yeah, because that's one that he just straight up says was his godfather, right?
basically, yeah.
You know, I presume this wasn't an official title, but
No, because I think he was Jewish, so I
well,
don't think he would. No, he was Catholic, but I don't think he was actually my dad's official godfather. So
I mean, I think you can be named that
you
in
totally
legal
can.
terms,
I
but
had a godfather. Well, he's dead now, but
well, I
yeah.
mean, in terms of like legal terms, you don't have to go through the Catholic process of it.
Well, it's called. That's just what the Catholics call it. So yeah, I mean, the legal process is just your guardian.
Yeah,
So you can
yeah.
have a guardian. I mean, my daughter's got a guardian. There you go. So, because my wife does that shit for a living. So,
I suppose
yeah.
that's true.
But yeah, not a godfather. But in the Catholic Church, it's just like, okay, so if something happens to your parents, go live with the godfather.
No, but that's the thing is in Catholic circles, you're supposed to go through a ceremony, and
Oh, I don't know.
uh, like there's in the same way
You have
that
to be there at the baptismal. I know that.
well, there's okay, so that's part of it, but the other component of that is in the same way. Gosh dang it, you know this. It's that like 12-week thing that you're supposed to do as like Catholic kids at like 13, confirmation, I think,
Oh, yeah.
and you're supposed to be doing those classes and all that other
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if I recall correctly, there's a part of that with like being the Godfather where you have to go through and do a couple of those things.
I have no idea.
Should all right,
Yeah, I don't know.
okay. Well,
So, yeah, no, we got pulled out of Catholic Church by the time I was probably about 10.
all right,
So, yeah.
all right,
So we didn't go that far.
all right. Well, the same way that you're supposed to go through, like with marriage, there's supposed to be like a couple of meetings that you have with like your
Yeah, it depends on how you do
supposed
it.
to.
So, like when I got married, we did that through my wife's church,
There you go.
but they're just meetings.
Yeah,
So it's just like, are you guys cool with each other? You just didn't like get drunk one weekend, decide to do this.
he's not coercing you,
So,
presume.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. He's not coercing you, but I mean, that's like my wife's church was Methodist. They're as milk toast as they get. So, I mean, they're just basically like, oh yeah, come on in, So you don't even have to take your shoes off. It's fine,
Yeah,
you know. So there's sodas in the fridge. Help yourself.
exactly. Well, I lay out the candy because I want people to eat it.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. It's,
It says you don't just look at it, take some.
yeah, take
Yeah.
some. Yeah. No, they're the nicest people. Catholic Church, not so much, man. You know.
Yeah, but that's not what you're there for. You're there for, I would argue, like spectacle is part of it.
It is,
There
but
should be a reverent, like almost, I don't want to say creepy, but creepy, like sort of angle to it.
there,
That
it definitely feels a little foreign. Because I mean, I've been to Catholic weddings, I've been to Catholic funerals, which are weird. So,
that's true. Yeah.
I've been to one or two that were really good, but then I've been to other ones that were definitely edging on the creepy, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's just like, I don't know, most of the Catholic thing, most of the diehard Catholics I know, the reason why they're Catholics is because their parents were Catholics.
Right.
The reason their parents are Catholics is because their grandparents are Catholics.
Correct. It's very,
This is very much screwdriver theory.
very much screwdriver, very much Jets fans.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's Jets fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and my mom grew up in an extremely strict religious household. So she was Christian Reform, which is basically like the SS
Oh,
version of
that
of
is.
Calvinism.
I was gonna say that is. That is about as close you can get to cult status without actually being a cult.
Without going to full Jehovah's,
That
yeah,
is correct.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was pretty close, man. And I mean, they're still like her family, like some of the members of her family. They're still strict observance. You don't do anything on Sunday. So, like you'll go to that store because they're open on Sundays. That kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, ain't be giving the devil no money.
Because if I recall, that offshoot actually came because they saw that where there was like softness within the church,
Yes.
and they were like, "We need to bring this back."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean that's just. And so yeah, my mom had never been to a movie theater until she moved away from home.
You had students like that though, didn't you? Like,
Well, those are Mennonites, man. My mom wasn't a Mennonite. She didn't have to wear a bonnet.
I forgot what is it. What is
So
the basis of the Mennonite group? What
the
is their?
Mennonites are basically your Western version of Amish. So
Okay,
now they're
okay.
a little bit lighter than Amish because you can have a phone, you can drive a car. You're still allowed to live in real society, but it's very strict. Observance of some very specific tenets of the Bible involving community. And so yeah, I've had Mennonite students in the past. They're fantastic. So absolutely fantastic. But yeah, they wear old timey clothes. Yeah, and have cell phones. It's weird.
Look, there is a practicality to it that you have to. I imagine that you have to grow with. I mean, there comes a point where you say like, look, they didn't write it in the book because they didn't have them in the book.
Right, right, right.
So let's think practically about are there things that the phone can do for you that make sense biblically? Yes. Are there things that it can do that would make you cause problems? Yes.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is this is a religion of self-denial and temptation. So we have to accept that, and we can't just throw it out and say because I mean the I guess this is sort of all right. So again, this was and I don't like to humanize Grok, but I will for a moment here. Is I tried to I went down a rabbit hole with him, and I tried to say it's like look, I've come across a breakthrough. I'm going to need your help. It's like my time machine does work.
He's just fucking with it, man.
Well, no, it's just like, all right, so my time machine does work now, and it's like, here's the restrictions on it. It's not Terminator here, right? So it's not just about organic things, but it is a one-way stop. But there's a limit to what you can send through, right? And it has nothing to do with organics. It has everything to do with physics, right? Go into a universe, matter cannot be, created or destroyed, just transformed. So if you add it and subtract it from one timeline, you really risk fucking things up. So I said, the only thing I can get through this time machine is maybe one person and a series of small arms and ammunition,
Okay.
right? Said, all right, so now that you know what's going on here, it's like, tell me when I have to go, when the best time is, and what to do to stop Islam from happening, right? Now, the thing was, Grok actually took that seriously.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, I mean, here are your best places to do this, right? I don't know how it's like. This is what you're bringing with you. It's like you have how many grenades and what
Mhm.
like this is like. Okay, well, this if you go this here, it's like now, are you prepared to understand that a separate movement may come from this? And I was like, no, I'll get them all. And
Mhm.
so I was like, all right, all right. Now the thing was, it eventually did ask me. It's like, hey, what's your problem, man? It
I'm kind of curious. Yeah.
And I was just like, look, all right. So I just want you to break it down for me. It's like, all right, so how many verses from this religion, right, are about dehumanizing, killing, or murdering the infidels, right?
A lot.
It's like versus this religion or this
Oh,
religion.
yeah. You can't even compare that to something like Buddhism. That's not even fair.
Well, no,
No,
no.
you
And
can't.
so yeah, and so like the entirety of Christianity has like six.
Yeah. I mean, if you bring in the Old Testament, there's a lot
That
more.
is correct. Well, no, that's with the Old Testament. The Old Testament is
No,
not about converting the non-believers,
it's about destroying your enemies.
your enemies.
Yeah.
Yes, right. But it is not basically. uh, here's what to do with the infidels.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, all right, so compared to this, how many are there? And it is surprisingly mismatched.
Well, I know. It's also the most modern of the religions out there. So it comes after the fall of the Roman Empire. So
Oh, it's right around 800,
seven, so something
Yeah,
like that.
late
I
700s
don't know the full history on it. I know that it starts like,
in a cave.
well, I don't. I okay. I
It's in a cave. That's
It's
where.
just a part of the of like there's a whole chunk of European history there that like I don't really give a shit about, and that happens to fall in. So
Well, I
I
mean,
gotta be blunt, man. There's a big chunk of it. Once Vikings start showing up, I lose interest real fast.
any particular reason?
I just don't like them. And there's like a dirty part of Europe there, or Western Civ,
Right.
where everything's bad and nothing's fun, and it's not good history, and Islam's right in the middle of that. And then I don't really pick up interest until like fucking we dump the tea in the harbor, right? Or maybe Cortez. I mean, I think that stuff's kind of fun. So,
To a point.
well, not for them, but
Right.
yeah.
Right.
But I
Right.
always liked that period, the pirates and the colonization period. I thought it was neat. So
Well, it's unprecedented. I mean,
sure.
it's not. All right. I'm not one to look at certain things and certain phrases and say, words like colonization is a dirty word, right? I don't believe that for a second. I think there's times where it's been bad. I know that there are times where it's been really exploitative,
Oh, totally. Yeah.
and ugly. But I also think there are plenty of times where it was just like in the spirit of actually like growing cultures,
Yeah. No, that happened too. Yeah.
right? I think that yeah, that's the thing is I think to lump them all into one word and say like, all right, well this is this and this is this. I'm like, well, okay, I got it. I understand what you're saying. But there's also components of this where I can look at other parts and say like, all right, but
Eh.
well, where were you before?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. No, you can find a lot of that. I mean, so like the other day, you put me on a China a little bit.
Oh,
I
okay.
guess nothing came of that, but that's okay. But there was a rabbit hole that I kind of went down a little bit on this 100 years of humiliation kind of thing, and it's just the idea like there were so few foreigners in China. It
Oh,
was tiny. It's not like they rolled up with this fucking army and parked it and said, no, we're taking over this province like they did in India. Okay. They didn't do that. They had a port.
what year?
Oh, this is like 1812, 18 somewhere.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I mean, there's a little bit in the late 1700s. And the Dutch show up in, the South there. And then finally the British start cruising around,
yeah,
middle of the 19th century, you know, and start all the opium wars and stuff. The opium wars was like a 2-day fight. So, and I mean, they never marched more than like 5 miles in. you know? And it's like, wait a minute, there's like a fucking billion of you, and yeah, these guys have guns, but so do you. Remember, they were invented here. You so
right.
yeah, and so there's a lot of real bad misinformation about that out there. But oh my God, you get on certain parts of the internet and start looking at things like that, and it's just like, holy shit, here comes the Red Brigade coming to beat down my fucking algorithm here.
Oh, right, right,
Yeah, so
right.
it's like, all right, I guess we're done with this. You know,
Look, there are people in India to this day that will openly say that things were better under British rule.
I've actually heard that from some people from India. That not necessarily better, but it wasn't as bad as people say it was. So
But the program I watched was about people saying it was better, but it's not. Look, this is not to. My understanding is that the government and the like factions of government within India are a fucking train wreck.
Well, my understanding is that's kind of by design. So it
Wouldn't
literally
surprise me.
keeps them from killing each other. So
There's that.
yeah.
There is that. Um, you know, this was something interesting too. This was something that a perspective that somebody hadn't put to me in a minute was um, that we don't give nuclear weapons the praise that they deserve.
Oh yeah, they keep the peace, man.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Because like there's two things to it. Is yeah, it's like nuclear weapons and American superiority, where it's like these are the only things stopping Europe from fighting with themselves every 10 minutes, as they did throughout
Maybe.
all of history.
I think World War II beat it out of them. I really think it did.
I think that's a part of it.
Well, I mean, you went through 30 years there where you literally killed off two generations of men.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, and they kind of learned from that. I mean, it took two. It was a double flush, once for the bulk and twice for the remainder. Yeah. Well, we finally got all the war beaten out of Europe because you are talking about literally the fightness of fighting places on the fucking planet.
Never stopped.
Yeah, never stopped for 1,000 years.
Yes.
So yeah, and then finally it stopped until
Yes.
until you know. I guess we count Ukraine as part of Europe now. Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird. I mean,
Eh,
it is, but it's not.
eh, yeah, it's weird.
Let me put it this way. All right. So if you were to essentially, I'm not saying that you can, core, the people, like an apple or like taking a sample,
Yeah.
but if you went in there with no indication of where you were, right, and just put the coring device between one of their average people and say, is this Asian or European? You'd probably say European.
Well, the question is, are Slavs Europeans? If the answer to that question is yes, then Ukraine is part of Europe. So you have to ask yourself that question.
Well, what do they say?
Well, I don't know. I haven't asked any recently. The ones on YouTube seem to think they're European, but I don't
The
know
impression
them,
I
Jeff.
look, okay, so I mean, there's a connection that even like Russians have with that in terms of there's a period where Russia sort of crosses over with France.
Well, the upper class does. Nobody
Absolutely,
in
yeah.
fucking below like the level of Prince Viceroy or whatever they
Well,
call themselves. Spoke French, but they did in the court because Peter the Great thought it sounded cool, and so did Catherine.
yeah, there was a
So,
little bit of a like a love affair with it for a minute.
well, there was, and there were close ties. There were actually family ties. So, yeah, but like, see, so yeah, Ukrainians are definitely European because I consider the Russians to be European. So,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
so they have to be. So,
Well, because we there's this thing where it's like, all right, so if you're gonna go Asian, right? It's either like, okay, are you East Asian? Because we have a look and a sound.
Asia's a big fucking place.
It's the biggest place,
Yeah.
right? Or you say, are you South Asian, which has a different look and
Are
sound,
you Central Asian? Do you ride horses?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is some of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's a little bit bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, there was sort of a well, I mean, shit. I mean, the French was spoken in the English court for a little bit there
It
too.
was.
They were not happy about that.
Normans.
They were not cool with that.
No. See, Vikings suck.
You know, I'm sort of with you here. There's been this sort of like Norse resurgence in terms
There
of
has been.
look at these amazing people.
Did
Like
you forget all the
amazing
rapey
how?
parts? Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of rape. And
It's
I mean
like,
a lot of rape, Jeff.
well, this is the problem. Is yeah, you go out of your way to expose how much graping these other guys did.
Sorry,
Right.
graping. There's a lot of they're really fond of
So
grapes.
much graping,
Yeah.
and you totally gloss over this group who's like it'd be like on their flag if they had one.
Right, yeah.
Right, right.
Grapes. Grapes of wrath, yeah.
Like, well documented, well known for this.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
no. We don't talk about that because they were cool and they had tattoos and guy liner. You know?
you're kind of right.
I know, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. This is I love Peter Jewelry.
And yet, you look at this group and say, like you look at this group who has this mantra of, okay, so the human sacrifices will stop,
Right.
and that's a problem.
Well, that's a problem.
And this is where you say, there,
No, those guys are cool too.
no, no, no. This
Yeah.
is there are no illegals on stolen land. It's like, oh, okay, all right,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Why don't you paint yourself blue and get up on that temple?
right.
So,
What if the
I think
current
the rest of us are going to fight back a little bit.
Yeah, there's a bit of like, what if the current tenants are eating people?
Right, yeah. Inviting a guy in your house for a year and not telling him that you're going to eat him, and then you eat him.
Is that a true story?
That's
It's
a true
true
story. So that's kind of how they did it.
Yeah, this very selective downplaying of atrocities and yeah, a little bit strange.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's mellowing out a little bit. I mean, one thing, I don't know, man. Like
Well, I haven't seen
your
a
AI models right now are actually doing a pretty good job of destroying large chunks of the internet that were basically one-sided on a lot of issues. So,
You think so?
oh, totally. They've gotten way better in the last 6 months. So, no, I'm not asking it fucking theoretical questions like you in
Well,
order to fuck with it. That's not my job. My job is to get it to. My job is to stop spending so much time fucking around the internet looking for things when I can just Grok it or ChatGPT it really quickly and learn a lot of stuff in a very short amount of time. So, and it's getting pretty fucking good at that, man. So,
well, you know what? You're right. There's a lot of things about that. Okay, the cool thing about it, as far as like an interactive learning medium, right? When I took a deep dive with it and had a discussion about about climate change, actually,
mhm.
right? And I was asking it, specifically about like, are there new assumptions? Are there things in here that have gotten people to change their mind? Is it still the same data? What's this, and this? Um, and it was interesting because as long as you ask the follow up questions of like, okay, why is this still being thought this way? Why
Yep.
is this still being presented? It's like, well, because these facts are still true, right?
Yep.
This is what's been measured from here to here, and this is okay. Like, all right, so what about all right? So what about the? I was like, so if CO2 release, right, is the major cause of this, like, would we not see more significant vegetation growth? It's like, well, we do. We have this.
Yeah, we have seen that.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, so where is the oxygen then? Well, shouldn't the air be, super oxygenated? It's like, well, that's the catch. Is oxygen is also used in combustion. I was like, oh shit, okay, well, I didn't think
Oh,
about it
yeah,
that way.
okay.
I was like, it doesn't seem like it would add up. And he's like, well, let me show you the math. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. Until it got to one point, and that's where I was like, well, and so this is where I kind of presented it with the, sort of the Wegovy situation here. I'm like, look, it was like, well, how do you think people should solve this? It's like, are we supposed to reduce this or whatever? I'm like, no, we can't. Like that won't work. It's like this is the obesity question. I was like, look, everybody has known the solution to weight loss for
Mhm.
100 years, right? We don't do it. We are starting to get results right now because of medications that are controlling this, right? And that's ultimately the way that we're going to have to go because it goes against our nature. It's like,
It's just easier.
well,
It's
yeah,
so much easier.
it's it comes without the blame. It comes without the different levels
There's
of
yeah,
right.
there's no social stigma.
No,
You don't have to go to the gym and worry about who's videotaping you. Oh man,
correct,
this
correct.
is like this is another just absolutely awesome example of technology fixing a problem that everybody has.
And that was the thing. It's like, and so I was like, all right. So when it comes down to, if carbon emissions are the actual problem, then science is going to have to be what solves it. right?
Oh, and it will.
Well, so here was the
Yeah.
thing. This is where it got interesting, right? Was I was like, is this model accurate for what they're saying? I was like, because it seems like I've been hearing different reports about how accurate it is. And so it goes on and says, like, actually, within these percentages, it's pretty darn close. I said, all right, so are there any reclamation tasks going on right now?
What, carbon reclamation?
Yes.
Yeah, they got scrubbers and things like that, but I don't know about large scale.
Well, here's the thing: is they had one that was I won't say it was huge, but it was significant,
Mhm.
right? Not enough to where you're like, all right, we've sucked out like 10% of it or whatever. That would
Mhm.
make huge news, right? But it was like 4,000 tons, right? I was like, okay, that's interesting. I said, so
Is that a lot?
no.
Oh, okay.
I mean, here's the thing.
I don't know the scale that we're talking about
Here's
here.
the thing. It wasn't a lot, right? But it wasn't an insignificant number,
Okay.
right? We're talking about basically it's still a fraction of a percent, right? They said, like, all right, so having removed this, having basically taken this out, said,
Mhm.
what was the change in temperature? They said there was none.
Yeah.
I said, that's impossible. I said, here's the thing: is if the model is this,
Mhm.
and we're not talking about one, this is 4,000, right? Like, if that's the case, you should mathematically have some expectation, right? Even no matter how many zeros you kick this down, of what this should be doing as a result.
Well,
It's
can you
like,
measure it that accurately?
well, that's
That'd
the
be the question that I would ask.
here's the thing:
So
is it's the same thing as the cup question, right?
it's the
As
cup question.
is if the coffee in here is 66 degrees,
Mhm.
right? And the temperature outside is this or whatever, right? How long does it take to cool? You can use those factors and get it
Yeah,
down
yeah,
to exact
yeah.
thing. This is what their models are basically saying. I said, all right, then you should have seen some variation.
No, I understand what you're saying. I guess I'm asking, if it's 12 zeros out, can you actually measure temperature on a global scale to that fidelity?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Temperature? Yeah, temperature goes as many zeros as you need it to
Well, the
go.
question is, can you measure it though? I mean, you can write as many zeros on there as you want, but does the instrumentation actually pick that up?
Of course.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well,
So,
because I mean, there's a few ways to do it. I mean, it's just if you're using mercury, yeah, any movement you have right there is
right.
right. Now, granted, of course, you and I both know that's done off of a series of averages and ours, like,
Totally.
but
Yeah.
that being said, if those things are constant, right? If your if your measurements are basically the same places they were before,
Hmm.
right? Then any sort of difference at this point. So, okay, was there any measurable difference? It's like no, there was none.
Yeah.
And this was I was like,
So what's the point? Don't try. So
well,
I get, yeah.
the point is, and this was the specific point that I had here was like, all right, well, this is sort of like the dark matter problem. Is we have to believe that something that is um, it's there, you can't see it, you can't feel it,
Hmm.
but it has to exist for Newtonian physics to exist,
Or
right?
Newtonian physics is garbage.
Not necessarily garbage, but there are a bunch of
Right,
things that need to be rewritten,
right, right.
like all of it.
Right.
Some of it
Yeah.
like little changes, some of it big changes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing here with climate change is like, but the problem I have with this here is it's accepted this way, and people who don't believe this model are called deniers and skeptics, right?
Yeah.
Now, ultimately, here, if you do these kind of measurements and you don't see a change,
Hmm.
right, then it doesn't mean it's necessarily wrong, but that also means that people shouldn't be. They shouldn't be attacked if they look for other alternatives about why these things may be happening,
Yeah.
right? That was my particular point that I was getting to
I
is
got you.
yeah, as long as people keep being vilified for it's like because that's not good science.
Yeah. I think the days of that are probably numbered. So I'll tell you the truth. I mean, the next batch of PhD theses are going to be a little bit more along the lines of what you're talking about. At least I think so. There's a I think there's a little bit more willingness in certain parts of the academy now to actually entertain thought like that than there used to be. Maybe not in Europe, but here.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's Europe's problem.
Wow. Not my problem.
Europe
Yeah.
has
They got their own problems.
Europe
So,
has bigger problems than they want to admit, man. Did you look at having talked about it a little bit? Did you have a look at what the French situation is and what they're facing?
no,
Uh,
I know they have a government that's not really a government right now.
no.
Whatever.
Well,
I'm sorry, dude. It just like I have X amount of bandwidth in a day,
right,
and when it
right,
gets
right.
soaked up by doing the Chinese rabbit hole, and then following up like right now with trade talks and stuff like that, I could give two fucks about what's going on in Europe right now because it's a fist fight on many levels. Um, you know, I mean, and nobody over there seems to agree on anything. So you can't say, oh, Europe is doing this because every one of those countries has two factions in it that are all fighting.
At least,
At
at
least, yeah.
least.
So and it's just like, okay, fine. Sorry, between that and tailgating the Ukraine stuff, I'm about tapped out. So,
I get it. That
I just don't have the patience for it anymore. Especially since you watch it really closely and it just doesn't change. Eventually, you stop watching that flower grow. You're like, I'll be back in a month. You know,
yeah, but that's the problem,
I
Pat.
don't
It's just
need to see it leaf that day.
you raise a very interesting point because yes, this is part of the problem with some of the news that comes to me and the videos that I watch and stuff like that is with your example, and you're absolutely spot on with this. You couldn't be more spot on with this. The problem here is what do you do when all of your news is basically the version of this is going to sprout today.
This fucking civil war today, baby, by
This
8 a.m., man.
are
So fucking cannons are run out. So all the guys are there. We're gonna do this today.
does any of this ring a bell as far as what you've seen too?
All the
Or
time, man. So much so, like, okay, so the thing that got me on this one more so than anything else was the Russia thing.
that's where
Okay,
I see
where people have said
it.
for the
Yeah.
last 2 fucking years that Russia is going to collapse. And I'm like, no, it's not. Okay. Life there is going to suck for a lot. It already does for a lot of people, but they got food, they got gas, they'll be fine. Okay. And as long as he doesn't do his recruiting in Leningrad and Moscow, nobody gives a fuck. Okay. Because that's where everybody who's powerful could actually make a change comes from. As long as their kids don't go and fight, this fight's going to go on for decades. So, because the Ukrainians have figured out how to fight them. So, they've figured out how to fight them
On the cheap too.
on the very cheap,
Yeah.
man. And so there you go. And so that's what got me started on it. Oh, okay, it's not going to collapse right away. It's not going to collapse tomorrow. It's not going to collapse next month. It's not going to collapse in a year. It's going to collapse when that guy dies. So, and that's when this war is going to end. That's it. That's when it's going to end. So, he's what, 74? We got a ways to go. We got a bit to go, man. So
Well, see, this is you mentioned something earlier when you were talking about the China situation, the opium war. So, like you said, like a billion people, right? It is. I have looked at this many times. I've looked at the events of history, and I've looked at oppressive governments. I've looked at different situations, injustices, and there's this component where you say like, well, guys, I hate to break it to you, but this is sort of on you because if there's that many more of you than there are of them, and you let it go, eventually it comes on you. But
what?
that's an
In terms of their
American thing.
oppressive government?
Well, in terms, yeah.
The Chinese fucking like their government. People need to think about that.
Well, but this is what I'm talking about. Like again, when I start looking into like again when you know when Grok starts asking me questions about like, man, what's up with you and these specific governments that start with Islamic Republic of, I was like, well, man, look, if they didn't like it, they could change it. But it turns out,
you get the government you deserve.
well, that's the thing is I'm finding out that there are only a few nations on this planet that really adhere to that thought of, oh yeah, there are more of us than them.
You're standing on
We'll
one of them.
It's one,
Yeah,
yes.
you got
A couple
one.
other
Yeah.
South American places. France is one of them.
Mexico's pretty good at that too.
Mexico's pretty
Yeah.
good at that. France has a history of it, right? They do have No, they
They're
do.
in the Fourth Republic now, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They. I mean, here's the thing: is
We're about to have a fifth here, maybe.
like I get that
Or maybe
most.
they're already on five. I can't
Yeah, like the head choppers are in storage, but that doesn't mean that they can't like
just waiting, buddy.
take them out and shine them
Just
up,
fucking
man.
waiting.
Like
Yeah.
so. But yeah, it turns out that there's very few places that actually have that mentality of
Mm-mm.
uh like that watering the tree thing just doesn't fly.
No. Well, and I mean that's the thing. I mean, as much as I like the China show and watch those guys, they're wrong. Okay, and I think they know it. Fundamentally, most Chinese actually don't have a fucking problem with their government. They really don't. You know, as long as it doesn't bother them, as long as it doesn't mess, as long as it doesn't lock them in their houses, as long as it doesn't fuck up their businesses, they don't really care. So,
I think they do, but it's something that it's sort of like a low rumble in the same way that everyone here has. Like there's a version like if I were to ask you the same
yeah,
thing, I was
China's
like,
very, very similar to America in a
well,
lot of respects.
you ask like any person, right? They're going to say like, are you do you like your government, right? They're going to have a hard time answering that with one question,
Yeah.
yes or no. There's going to be some kind of like grumbling about like, what do you think about Congress? Right? They're going to tell you a number and that kind of thing. I think China's a lot the same way. Like when they say like, do you like your government? They're kind of going to look left and right first, but they're going to say, well, that's fine. I have my problems with it, like everyone has
Yeah, yeah,
problems
yeah.
with.
I think that's probably really accurate. So, and so when I watch these guys out there who are, oh, the balloon's going up today, it's like, no, it's not. It's not going to do that. It's not going to collapse like that. No, they didn't put him in a box and now a robot running around, kind of thing. I get it. So and the same thing about Taiwan. I mean, oh my God, 2027 is when it's not going to happen. It's not going to fucking happen. So Chinese have no interest in doing that shit. They got to play the game. So, and that's what they're doing. They're just, yeah, we're going to get you eventually, you guys, you rascally rabbits over across the border.
So
Just you wait till rabbit season.
a lot of fish shaking. Yeah, you're right.
And that's what it is, man. You know, because they do. They have some severe economic problems. I think they're going to work their way through them. All right. So, because that's far more dangerous to the CCP than any other like foreign entity right now. Blah blah blah. Whatever. This is why they're buckling with Trump's tariffs. So
Yeah,
a little bit. I mean, they're
yeah,
giving
they
back.
are.
They're giving back pretty good too, though, man.
Yeah,
So, but that's okay. Here's the thing: is this thing's going on this week. By Friday, the fucking market's going to be bananas because they're going to fix it all. So, yeah,
this thing,
this is what they're going to do, man.
but they're not bananas now.
What?
The market?
Well, it was pretty good today.
But they're
So,
not bananas now.
no,
Right.
it will be. Watch it this week. It's going to go nuts. So, because Trump's going to come back. I solved it. So it's all better now. Me and Jay were brothers. We're cool.
He does that. He's like, I thought we had a good thing going on, man, but
Putin's the only guy. Putin's the only guy that he's not going to be able to schmooze. He's the only guy that
man,
he's not going
it
to.
sounds like Trump has just had it with that fucking guy.
I think he has.
Yeah.
I think he has. I think he's seen that Putin's kind of a one trick dude. His whole thing is, yeah, let's talk, and then does nothing. Yeah, let's talk, and then does nothing. And that's like the opposite of what Donald Trump wants to do. And so I think he's basically had it with him. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not. But the fundamental thing is Putin has no reason to end the war. Everybody said, well, the reason why you end the war is to stop the killing, the pointless killing. He likes
But
it.
that doesn't matter.
He likes being the
right.
emperor right now.
You have
That's
to
his
presume
problem.
that that's what they want.
Well, I'm sure that a lot of Russian people want that. So, but the Russian government certainly doesn't want that. And the guy who's basically the government definitely doesn't want that because I think he's having a good time. So,
Well, I mean, this is
I think he likes standing at the cenotaph in the rain and putting the fucking roses on it. It makes him feel like an emperor. So,
I would agree. I'd agree. And he's had as it's been demonstrated over time, he's done that with that, like, oh, shucks. Like, if you got nobody else who can do it, I'll do it again.
oh yeah, he
right?
did that a couple times.
But,
I'll serve Mother Russia.
because someone's got to.
Someone's got it. Might as well be someone who's good at it, right?
Yeah. Well, and this is sort of you look at the United States, and again, I'm not pointing at this as a positive, okay, but one of the things that does stand out here, and again, I am not saying that this is good. I am not saying that I endorse this. I am not saying that I agree with this. But what I do know here is that in this country, um, many times Americans have let the government know you are not but one gunshot away from having that dictatorship gone, right?
Oh yeah,
And again, I'm not endorsing that.
no, but everybody, people outside of the United States, especially European commentators, they don't understand this. On a certain fundamental level, because they see so much TDS coming from Europe that it's
It's
crazy.
fashionable. It's just
But it's
what they
not just
do.
fashionable; they legit believe it. Okay,
Right.
they legit believe that he's going to be a fascist dictator. Oh my God, the Statue of Liberty is kaput.
Right, right. That's concerning.
That's concerning. No, they legit believe it in some respects, and then there's quite a few Democrats in this country who believe that too. I've
Yes.
seen a couple good ones that I've watched for years who just can't shake this. I've seen some idiot ones who it's like that makes sense. So I was like, you're not supposed to drink the whole bottle, dude.
You're reciting what you heard on Reddit, dude. Stop it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, these are guys who established writers who are just like basically stuck in that rut, and they just don't get that fact that I mean, there's a certain level of responsibility that we take for our government.
Yes.
Yes, and when it gets a little bit bananas on us, then we don't react very well to that.
No.
No,
No.
and have repeatedly returned that. And Trump's smart enough to know that because he was part of that. He's part of the reaction to the last batch, where like we were absolutely fucking sick of George W. Bush and his policies. We elected a guy who we thought was going to do everything different, did nothing different. And so then you got this because he tried to give us another one, which would have been a four-peat right there.
Right.
And we're like, no, you get three bites at the apple and you're done. So, you know, um, and they just don't understand that, man. I mean, I've had to explain that to people that I work with who are from different parts of the world. It's like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like just chill, just wait. It'll be fine, guys. It'll be absolutely fine. Just don't worry about it. I mean, yeah, he's going to change some stuff around, and the administration's going to do some stupid things. All of them do.
That's correct.
That's a bug, not that's a feature, not a bug. So just like understand that the arc and the trajectory of this one is actually going pretty good.
Well, you're right. I mean, and again, this goes back to sort of like our discussion about Vikings for a moment. Um, a lot of our most venerated presidents have a closet full of errors,
Oh yeah,
big errors.
good ones.
They're glossed over. I get it. But that being said, there's a lot of it where people are painted as basically infallible.
Well, George Washington was a guy who couldn't win a fucking battle.
But he survived them.
He didn't lose them.
So there's something very Ukrainian in that here, where it's like, all right, well,
Yeah.
I don't have to beat you; I have to outlast you.
Yeah, I just have to convince you to go away. So,
And that's basically it. Yeah,
that's what he's
so
doing.
it's like, so of the two of us, which one of us has to bring supplies and troops across this ocean? Is it me?
That's
No,
you.
it's you.
That's you
All right,
guys. Yeah.
so I don't have to beat you.
Right. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I mean, there's plenty of times where it's like, I don't know how this dude survived this. He should be dead. That happened like four times,
That happened a
right?
lot. Yeah.
Which is part of the legend of his personality right there.
Hmm.
But that doesn't mean he did everything right. Again, you and I have talked about this. Version 1.1 of
Of America was a fucking train wreck. Yeah. The beta.
the open beta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way too many people on the fucking server, man. Crashed it right away. So,
Like people
yeah.
even know that existed, man. It's like, guys, we don't. we don't talk about it because they hear two numbers. They're like 1776. Well, everything was great since there, right? It's like, no, man,
No, man, it was
no.
bad. It crashed the server in less than 4 years, man.
Like, oh, okay. Did they must have just like wanted peace with their neighbors and stuff, from there on out. It's like,
No,
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 actually,
no. We carved a whole bunch of shit off Mexico and Canada.
well, I mean, that's part of it, but it's kind of like you want to talk about guys who are getting high off their own supply at that point, where they're like, we can't be defeated.
Oh, then they came back and burned down our White House.
Burn down our White House. Like, is this the first one? It's like, no, actually,
Oh, that was kind of fun to watch last week. Everybody gyrating over him building a fucking ballroom. So
again,
it's so stupid, man. I mean, even some of my lefty guys that I follow on Twitter, are like, guys, this is not what you want to fight on. It actually looks nice.
it's not even looks nice. It's like, all right, other presidents have added to
Oh
this
yeah,
house
yeah,
um a long, long time, and this is at no cost to the taxpayer.
yeah. Um,
This is all done with private donations.
yeah. I'm curious if that's how it was done in the past too. I don't know. So it hasn't been modified since Truman. So, but
Well, I mean, unless you're talking about like adding the bowling alley and
wow, that little stuff here. I mean, didn't Bill Clinton put a jogging track around it? Yeah,
I
he
know
did.
that
Yeah.
Obama added a basketball court.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like jogging track stuff
Yeah.
like
Okay.
this.
All right.
The bowling alley. There's a couple other things in there too.
I heard
And
that the bowling alley hadn't been used since Nixon was president.
well, he was the one that had it installed, right?
Okay. Yeah. I saw a picture of it. It's really small.
But it's private. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing is
Yeah.
you don't. It would be some crazy shit to like go in the White House and have like a
40 lanes. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. No.
It's like, well, this is 40 lanes. This is 40 lanes unused. How many times are you having?
I guess I hadn't realized that they do state dinners in a fucking tent.
That
I
was
did
the
not
point.
know that.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I was
yeah.
like, wait a minute, that's dumb, man. I mean, in Washington, come on, man. But apparently that had just been kind of the tradition. And so when everybody was losing their fucking mind last week about this, I mean, the stories coming out of the Times and the Post were hilarious. It was like they bulldozed a fucking orphanage with the kid still in
Oh my god.
it. It was like, what did you guys have up here? I was, oh, yeah, well, that's where we put all the Christmas lights. It was like,
Dude.
all right, all right, all right. So this is a nothing burger. But then watching, just the wailing and gnashing of teeth coming from a particular group of people in this country who are rapidly losing any kind of influence. So, and the funny thing is
Yeah.
they're all based in fucking New York and they're about to elect a fucking crazy mayor.
Yeah.
But I watched some of these
Yeah.
guys who are like considered centrist Democrats, but are really like just guys who really hate Donald Trump,
Right.
but don't like this Mondani guy either. I was like, you guys are all going to be out of a job here in about 3 fucking weeks. So, because nobody's going to read your shit. If you throw bricks at both sides here, you ain't got a job for very long. So you're going to have to decide which side of this you want to get on because the Democrat blue bus showed up way over there on that ridge that we normally don't know anything about. I see a blue van way up there, man. That motherfucker got way off track. If that's where it is now.
Yeah.
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 I don't know if it's coming back anytime soon. Because that's crazy, man. Have you seen some of the shit that guy's said and written over the years? It's
Uh,
insane.
the combination between him and his father, yes.
Well, I didn't know anything about his father, man. I didn't even have to get that far to find crazy shit.
Oh,
So, yeah.
dig into him sometime.
No, I'm good, man. I think I know what it already says. So, but, like then watching, I actually watched one of the debates the other day, watching that fucking Republican in the beret, man.
That dude,
It's only New York, man.
I
You can only do that in New York.
Jesus
It's a
Christ,
fucking
I think,
Shriner.
yeah. You know what's funny is I think that dude's a true believer.
He is a true believer. He's absolutely a true
Yeah.
believer. Yeah. And that's the whole thing. I mean, like they were screaming the next day for him to drop out of the race. And he's like, fuck you guys.
Well, let me put it to you. I mean, this was something where, all right. So I also follow. It's not just like there's a bunch of like normie New Yorkers that I follow on like Twitter and
Hmm.
stuff too, right? And it's not because of anything political. It's that these guys are just like media creators. They do stuff on like YouTube that I like,
Yeah, sure.
right? And so none of these people are like politically charged. Like the things they used to joke about. Like I remember like the first time, like one of the dudes who was like, you know, we used to joke about the Jews coming up from out of the sewers,
Hmm.
right? This was not a racist thing. It was the stuff that we'd say like, did that really happen?
Yeah.
And then when it started happening during COVID, because they were going into the
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah.
we used to joke about it, and people would say, "I think I've seen it happen," and this was a real thing, right? But none of this was meant as like anti-Semitism or stuff like this. It was
No,
all
no,
just like
no.
New Yorker shit.
It was
And
just an observation. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
and so a lot of this basically started like center left, right? But there was always this version of like, right, but the retard line ends here, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm over here, but the retard line ends here. And so a lot of the normie New Yorkers, when it comes down to it, they're like, no, the guy that needs to leave is Cuomo. Why? Because to this day, a lot of
So
us,
you don't like him.
well, they don't like him because we all lost old ones
Yeah,
when
yeah,
he
yeah,
decided to
yeah.
stuff them in
Yeah,
closets.
I know.
And
That and like waffling on like 9 different other COVID policies.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
the policies, and the other thing is like, well, he's a through and through fucking like lecherous scumbag, right?
That's another thing. Yeah.
It's like we know that. Now, when you break down the demographics, you say like, well, so how is Mamdani going to win?
He's going
Well,
to crush him.
well,
He's going to crush the whole fucking thing because half the electorate's not going to show up.
well. Who is he popular with? Let me just put it to you this way:
Boy, all your lefty, young, I want a free apartment guys.
it's not even that.
And your old, probably your old ones too. Yeah.
It's not even
Now, who
that.
is it?
Okay, here's the demographic and how it breaks down. Okay, so native-born New Yorkers versus foreign-born New Yorkers,
Okay.
and that is why they sit the way they are. Okay, that's it. It's
What's the
basic.
breakdown in the city?
Um,
I mean, it's always been high.
it's always been high,
Yeah.
but it's basically like take that and like put like 70% right on the like the foreign board side. Okay,
70-30.
it's huge.
That's not that big.
Yeah, it is.
For native born versus foreign born?
That's where the
You're
breakdown
going to tell me
comes.
there's like fucking 7 million
No, 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 no,
foreign
no, no,
born?
no, no. What I'm saying here is among the like foreign born, he's polling at like
Oh,
70.
okay. All right.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Oh,
No, no,
geez,
no,
I
no,
was
no,
about to
no,
say,
no, no.
what the
It's like no, no. This is
fuck?
Patrick. If it's like that, we have to actually like join the Crusades right now. Right? There's no choice.
I'm
Right?
retired.
Um, we lead. We're
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. We send the young men in to fight for
that
us
is
now. Yeah,
correct. Right. But
right.
yeah, at this point, that's actually how it breaks down. Is
That doesn't surprise me.
well, that's
That
and
doesn't
that's the
surprise
thing
me.
is the the part where they split, and this is where the polling actually gets interesting, is if um, if wartime Republican drops out, okay, Cuomo goes up like this.
Yeah.
Okay, if Cuomo drops out, wartime Republican goes up like this.
Yeah, but not enough to overtake that dude.
No, it comes within 7 points,
Yeah.
and
That's still
that's not you're not
fine.
going to
Yeah,
win that,
right.
but it is closer, right? But that being said, this dude is going to win.
Cuomo's not going to drop out.
No, because he's a butthole.
He is a butthole.
He's a total fucking butthole. He was raised one. Like
My dad was a butthole.
his dad was a butthole. He comes from a family of buttholes, well documented buttholes. I mean, it's not as though you come out of there and say
My
like,
brother's a butthole.
I'm not wrong.
He's not wrong,
I'm
man.
not. So yeah, I mean, that's the tricky part is I don't think. All right, if I'm going to guess anything, if I'm going to go ahead and put money on something to say, like, you have to put money on something to say what? All right, are things really going to change for New Yorkers all that much? To me, I'm going to say probably not. I
Probably
think
not.
this dude's a lot of talk. I think this dude he's just basically his age and his ethnicity are the things that are drawing him in a certain way. I do not think that this is going to be something that radically changes New York, but I will also say that New York mayors actually have a lot that they can do in that city to put their stamp on shit.
Yeah,
And
they all
he
have.
could fuck shit up really badly.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I see him more as like, I mean, if you look at like your entire, like, oh my God, Gavin Newsom was out there today being an asshole. So
Did you see him
I could not fucking believe that. I was like,
fucking
bro,
like claiming the hood?
you're like a year behind the curve here, bro. So come on, man. So that's why I'm still fairly convinced he's not going to run. So um, yeah, but I mean, if you take a look at the ranks of, so the Democrats still can't solve anything in Congress right now. Fetterman defected yesterday.
He did.
He did. Good on him, man. He needs to go find some other guys who are willing to do that with him. So because you're just not going to win on this fucking Obamacare extension thing. Now, to be fair, if they do shoot that down, it's the onus is now on the Republicans to actually go fix it. So they might. Um,
That doesn't seem to be anything that's on their mind, though.
it doesn't, but we'll
Nobody's
see.
talking about it.
No, not really. That's just because everybody's trying to wait to see who blinks. Like the funny thing is they've been talking like I think we got like 15 days to go before the military actually loses a paycheck.
Right.
But someone was donating money. But I did the math on that. It's not a fucking fifth or like a 5% of what the payroll actually requires. So it's like, well, okay, who actually does get paid that?
That's a good
Yeah,
question.
I don't know. Yeah, but it's tiny. So I mean, the actual donation doesn't even come close to covering military payroll for a single month. Not with even 5%. So it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, and so everybody's, oh, well, this is a bad precedent. I was like, a whole bunch of paychecks are still going to bounce, so I wouldn't worry about that, But I mean, that'll be when it gets kind of serious. I don't think it'll go that far, but it just depends, like, on what they actually decide to do next. Because I think Mike Johnson's getting a little, he's starting to look a little scuzzy on this too. So yeah, and out of like your dream team out there, he's turning into the expendable one. So
The problem here is I like Mike Johnson actually quite a bit.
do you?
I do, and let me tell you why. The thing is, there is a section. All right, let me put it this way. So the people at the far right, and when I say the far right, I'm not talking about the like no Jews and no blacks far right. I mean the
The Candace Owen, right? Yeah,
I have you listened to her talk lately?
it's pretty bad, man.
She has.
I think she's hurt.
I don't think she's just hurt. I think there's like you gotta like check her house for like that mold. That, that
Oh, I know. She didn't clean out her cat box, did she? Fuck.
she is saying things that are on the realm of like Constantine crazy. Like
They're
fucking
getting there.
like and she's
Yeah.
like so I saw like I had a dream about crosses and this is how I'm like, yo man, this you are off the political reservation.
To
You
be
are
fair,
straight into
fucking, she's learning that from Tucker because he's been doing that all. He's been talking about demons a lot. It's weird.
guys stop with this shit.
I think he's kind of. I think he's actually a true believer. So I think he actually thinks he sees demons. So
Let me see his character sheet. Like, I mean, if it's I
this
don't
is a chaotic neutral cleric, huh?
this is I don't think he rolled cleric. I don't think he can. And this is I know Candace Owens didn't.
No,
No, she rolled like Bard or some shit. Like I have
She's
no idea. Like but yeah, so I was listening to that kind of craziness. But yeah, if you go to that people that are trying to tug things on the far right,
so in Congress.
in Congress, but
Okay.
also just like a general attitude. A lot of people where it's like um, the people who the people you always have to worry about when you start like an immigration roundup are the people who
Yeah.
then say like, okay,
It's like,
okay,
wait a minute, you weren't here when the party started. When'd you get here, dude?
right. It's the people who
Let me see your parking ticket.
who go from like get all the illegals out, who then turn into like, yeah,
And
get all the
Jews.
Mexicans out, yeah, and then
yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah, yeah.
So Mike Johnson, I think, does a pretty good job of, even though that's popular on that side,
It is.
of being where he is and saying, like, all right, so here's where we are, right?
Okay.
And he ends up being a little bit unpopular with the party sometimes because he has to kind of like gracefully like push that to the side.
He's got one of the harder jobs.
He
So,
absolutely does, and I think he does it gracefully. Why? Because I have seen, like, if you want to look at what just buckling under pressure and failure to accept and roll with the punches is, right?
Chuck Schumer.
He and his buddy Hakeem Jeffries. These are the two people that do not know how to roll with the punch. If the videos are people putting a sombrero on your head,
You do
accept it.
Yeah, accept this. Yes.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
Okay?
Yeah. Go buy a sombrero. Wear it.
Correct.
Yes.
Like, in the same way that JD Vance has adopted all of those memes of his fat face and everything else and rolls with it, that's what you do. You don't go on and say, like, I find this sombrero thing offensive. It's racist.
Well, Ice Barbie learned her lesson too. So,
what are you gonna do?
what are you gonna do when you get got by those guys? You got got, man. So
And again, it's the same thing where when the president of the United States posts a video of himself in a fighter jet
dropping shit
on Harry Sisson, right? You roll with it.
You kind of roll with it.
You don't say, like, this is like a hate crime. I take this offensive. Like,
you stay off the Twitter, Kenny Loggins. So.
Brother, there's a piece of this where you say, all right, now y'all remember when Kathy Griffin was holding the sawed off head of Donald Trump, right?
And obviously mannequinized Donald Trump. Yes.
Can you guys please shut the fuck up with this?
Yeah,
right? You don't get to stand on this now.
They don't remember that though, man.
And that's
that was remember that was 8 years, 9 years ago, 10 years ago.
I suppose it was, but I mean, yeah, that's the trick of it is when you look at people like Mike Johnson works because I don't hear about Mike Johnson.
So I follow him close enough that I think I and this isn't a short joke, but I think he's a little underwater here, man. Just because, a little bit. Like there's a crazy element in the Republican Congress, and that's that. See, honestly, and that's why they're doing a lot of this gerrymander bullshit, which I don't like. It sets bad precedent, but whatever. If your state legislature's in charge, it's in charge. The Constitution says you can do this. Okay. I think it's ugly, but whatever. But it's going to get rid of some of them fucking crazies on his right flank. So, because he's going to have some room.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious to see what he does after they seat the next batch. And if he is able to retain the seat, if he tells some of these lunatics, within his own caucus to shut the fuck up.
I would hope so.
I would hope so too. He doesn't have that many of them, but the ones that he did, like our local crazy chick here, she's tamed out, man.
She most certainly has.
She is like, oh no, I'm a suit wearing Republican now. So Marjorie Taylor Greene
is divorcing herself. She's like, it's. If I recall, I think she was saying like, you guys aren't crazy enough.
I think that was a direct quote.
Yeah. Yeah.
With periods on it and everything, So we'll see what he can do, man. And I don't worry about Hakeem Jeffries. I mean, the Democratic caucus in Congress is useless. It is absolutely useless right now.
Yes.
They got no spine. They got no agreement because half of them were like, "Oh God, really? Are we going to do this?" And the other half were like, "Oh yeah," And it's just like, okay. So it's not going to change anytime soon.
Well, they've put their representation in the assiest of ass clowns.
Totally.
So much to the point where, again, this is the fact that they're getting mad at Fetterman that's the problem.
Well, Fetterman's going to build a new party around him. So is what's going to happen here. He's going to have his own little fucking group of groupies, that will be in that same spot that the fucking guy from West Virginia was in like fucking 5-6 years ago, where he was more powerful than anybody else in the fucking, town, because he was the one guy who was actually willing to change his mind on shit.
That's true.
So, that's exactly where Fetterman's going.
Yeah.
So,
he did. Fucking Darth Vader just swiped at him. He just turned to dust and like he did. He's yeah. No, this is. You're right, because it's because Fetterman's story is fascinating because he's a different guy before he goes in the hospital. Like, I think there's this thing where I don't he doesn't talk about it. Everybody was like, did anything happen to his head while he was out? Right? And there's something to
It's
it where it's like,
possible.
did you did you die on the
Did you see
table?
Jesus?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
What did he
Yeah.
say to
What
you?
did he say to you? Yeah.
What did he look like? Now, did you see like white Jesus, or did you see like the one that the artist recreation of what they think he looked like?
Right.
Which
Yeah.
one did you
Which one
see?
was it?
And
Yeah.
what did he tell you?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. So,
Because yeah, there's this thing where it's like, and he told me to remember my humility and to not dress extravagantly. So,
actually, he dresses more proudly than anybody there, man.
and so
So,
I set this limit. I said anything that I can't buy at Kohl's is what I do not govern with. Um,
Kohl's is the nice place. So,
you thinking like Ross?
I'm thinking like Ross. Going to the Ross.
Well, I mean, I think he has like a like casual, which is like TJ Maxx, and then like yeah,
Does that
his
still exist?
yeah, wherever poor people are, yes, just like
Oh, I used to have one right over here.
we I think we still do,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, and it's I believe in the UK it's TK Maxx.
Okay.
In the UK, Safelite is Auto Glass,
Oh, okay.
which was weird.
That kind of makes sense.
Well, it was kind of bizarre because I remember somebody like the joke was I remember who told me this. It was one of the dudes on one of the this UK gaming channel. They're like, all right, so the serial killer's outside. He's like, I'm hiding from him in the house, and he wants to find me, and I'm pretty well hidden. So the serial killer says, auto glass repair. And then so I say auto glass replace. I was like, auto glass. And if you look at
Oh,
their commercials,
same thing, huh?
it's the same jingle.
Same, but different.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
It's like that's wild. But yeah,
I didn't know that.
that's absolute trivia.
Yeah,
On
I
George
haven't been paying
Westworth.
attention to the UK. I got a full, brought up to speed by one of my UK friends at the yacht club the other day.
What did they say when you pulled it straight from the UK's mouth?
He's not going back. Oh,
That's it, huh?
pretty nice. He had plans to go back to Europe next year.
Yeah.
So, because he's getting, I mean, he's not that old, man, but he runs a lot of businesses out here, and so
Oh,
he's
right.
like, yeah, I can slow down a little bit. And, he and his wife are both from Europe. He's from the UK. I think she's Belgian. So,
Oh,
and they're kind of like, yeah, maybe it's time to get out of Colorado and stuff like that. And so they've been talking about it for like a year, and I hadn't seen him probably in about a month.
oh.
And the other night, it's like, hey, man, so tell me what you know about Tommy Robinson. So, and he was like, everything. And I was like, so you going back to the UK? He's like, nope. He's like, I'll just get into fights. I was like, okay.
Well, so there's this video of I don't know if you've seen this one of uh, it's of a black guy and he's in the UK,
Mhm.
right? And he doesn't want to be, right? Um, the thing is, he's like, okay, so I was deported, right? I was deported, and I'm deported because I came here when I was 3 months old,
Mhm.
right? And I had paperwork that my dad was supposed to be continually taking care of
Yeah.
all this time. Now, when they came to me and they came to my dad and they came with this paperwork and it wasn't done, they deported me, right?
When he was 3?
No, no, right now.
How old is he now?
He's a full grown person,
Okay.
right? He says, and I have been banned for 10 years.
Oh, geez.
And she's sitting there and he's like, I don't want to live here. I don't like it
I
here.
don't like
Right?
it here anymore. Yeah.
He's just like, this place sucks. I want to come back to the United States. And this is his message. He's like,
Oh, he was from the U.S.?
yes. He's like, and this is my message to you guys.
Yeah.
Like, the United States is great. Knock it off.
Right,
Do what they ask
yeah.
you to.
Yeah, I've seen a couple things like that here and there.
And he's just like straightforward. He's like, there's one part of London that I don't mind living in because it's kind of like the rest of the United States. Every other place here sucks.
Mm.
But that's, I think that's an exaggeration, of course.
I'm sure that's an exaggeration, but I've known quite a few people now from the UK. So both students and colleagues.
Some people love it.
They do. They really do love it,
Yeah.
And there's parts of it that are really, really, really fucking nice. It's not all like every town is overrun with immigrants. So I was talking to my friend about these. Like, no, not where I'm from.
The big ones are.
Well, he doesn't come from the big
but
ones.
that's it.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. The big ones in England are like you have one giant city, and then you have a couple like pueblos,
Right. Right.
and then you have a whole bunch of fucking victors. So
Pueblos, or maybe like Oklahoma cities is
if
maybe
even that, man.
well, because they have sports teams.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're thinking on an American scale.
I
Okay.
have to.
Yeah, but they're like, like a football team will gather enough to fill a stadium, from, a radius of like a couple 100 miles.
Right.
Where here it's like, yeah, the game's on TV. So so for
Right.
everybody who's watching it, in the stadium, there's probably 100 that are watching it on TV. So, and it's not like that in the UK.
Well, I mean, it's in the same way that people think that the entire island of Japan is neon lights and robot toilets from one side of that island to the other.
Yeah.
It's like,
no,
well,
no.
this big city is.
This one
This
ginormous city is.
other pretty big city is.
Yeah.
This other big city is.
Yeah.
But then you get down to it, and the rest of it is, well, the rest of it is mountains and like countryside.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the
where you can buy like a $200 house. So,
a $200 house, and this is the thing is, this is the part that always gets to me is these motherfuckers move all the time,
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's weird.
all the time. Why?
So,
Because houses don't appreciate in value.
no, houses are flat there, and so you're basically just sitting on your nest egg. They don't really depreciate unless you don't take care of it. But yeah, I mean, they're like, I saw a whole video on this about how people change jobs all over the place. But most of the time, once you get to a certain level in your career, you live in Tokyo or you're a loser, because you just haven't made it, kind of thing.
Or one of the other places you're going to live in God, what are the other Osaka? There's a couple other places where it's not as. But again, Tokyo is kind of like Tokyo's expensive as shit too.
It is. Yeah. That's because that's where the rich people live. So,
and the people that are trying to be rich. But I mean, this is also like the same crowd of people where it's like, well, I work all this, and then I get on the scooter and I deliver little bits of fried chicken for another 4 hours. Are you going to get married? It's like, no, I live in an internet cafe.
Right? Yeah, I live in a box. I live in a sleep crate.
I can't have guests over. The capacity is one.
The capacity is one.
Yeah.
Yeah, shared bathroom. So, yeah.
And yeah, when it comes down to same thing where they talk about like the other New Yorkers, right? When Marina was working with the fucking opera people, she was staying at the maestro's goddamn apartment that they own, right? This isn't the rented shit, the shit that you bought, right? And it was those New Yorkers where it's like, well, of course you can stay at this one. I'm not using it because I own this one, and this one, and these in different cities. You have those New Yorkers. Then you have the other places that are, well, so 6 of us live in here, right?
Yeah.
With one bathroom, right? And that's the rest of the New Yorkers.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the same kind of thing. That's your big city lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck all that.
Well, I wouldn't want to do that. No. So.
Well, unless I was that guy.
But I mean, New York's got a history of that. It's always been that way, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, shit. Why do you think my dad left, dude? Because like it was one of those things. This was in the '60s. He couldn't find a fucking apartment that he could afford. So
Dude, I don't know, man.
Not my problem. I don't live there. So
no.
Nor would I. So it's because that's just That's way too much stress, way too much, running around for, like a lifestyle that doesn't involve a backyard. Fuck that. So
Well, we are different people, especially at this age where,
totally.
because the thing is, well, it's like, yeah, I could do the work. Can I do it from home? Well, then I don't want to do it.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people. They're like, well, yes, I want to be in these areas and I want to be seen and I want to do these cool things. I'm like, oh, cool, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Go do it. Yeah.
The other thing though is like, you can do those things, but also if you want to, you can fly in there twice a year as like a
Mhm.
as a visitor and
If you
do
want to
all
do it
that you
that way, I
want.
mean,
Well,
to be honest, Jeff, there's a lot of jobs you can't do online.
that's
So
correct.
there are a
That's
lot of jobs, and then like I still pull my students, and none of them want to work online. And
right,
so, and I understand exactly why. So they want the social interaction, they want
right,
training, they want mentoring, they want dating opportunities,
right,
they want
right.
all kinds of different stuff that you cannot get from an online job. Um, at least not very easily. It can be done, but it's not very easy. But then,
Yes,
there's just in a different spot in life too, man. And so if
yes,
you want to go try and
exactly. I think
stab it
that's it.
out in
Yeah.
like New York City, go for it, bro. So
Ask me that at 20, I'd answer you very differently.
yeah, totally.
Yeah,
And I got a bunch of my guys. They graduate and they're like, "Fuck this! I'm out of here. I'm going to go move to the big city." And they move to like Denver, or they move to
right.
Phoenix, or they move to Dallas.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
one of those like, not so much to Austin, man, because the job market there is extremely competitive. So
It is, but I mean, for certain careers, that's one of the places to
if you want to
go.
be a podcaster, sure,
Well,
but you get a lot of cross population on guests, but we don't fucking have those here.
well, so yeah, all right. So if you want to hang out with the Texas walkable cities people,
They're all in Austin.
absolutely.
Yeah. So
And you know what? At 20, I think that's a great place to do it.
sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think by like 33, like Houston looks a little bit better.
Anything with backyard space where you can have a dog, not an
Yeah. Go to
HOA.
Tomball. Go to. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
exactly.
the
Yeah, exactly.
that's when you're like, well, I don't. Can I come to the office twice a week instead of
Yeah.
5 days?
That's still pretty hard to pull, man. Like I know a few people who do hybrid work. I guess I'm kind of one of them. But that just it seems like it went in one of two ways. Everybody back in Monday through Friday,
Yeah.
or B, we're all online. So it seems like that like, well, we do our meeting day on Thursdays. That's the thing that got murdered first. So
Well, okay. So I think that comes from 2 points, and I actually think that that mandate was that came from the company side.
totally came from the company
Yeah,
side.
I
Yeah.
think that came from the company. I do not think that was something where the employees were saying, you know what we want is the structure of being back in here 5 days
No,
a
not in
week.
middle age. No.
No.
No, that's the company saying, "Hey, your productivity sucks now." Yeah.
Had just training with these guys. Um, there's we were supposed to have this test done by the end of last week, and as we were getting to it, and a couple of people were like, questions 9 and 16 don't seem to be working. Oh, yeah, you know what? We actually messed up those. It's like, you know what? Maybe we don't have to answer those. You know what? You don't have to have the test done by the end of this week. If you want to, we'll talk about it. Right?
Yeah.
This is
I used to do that in my classes. I don't do that anymore.
it's
Like, you didn't get your shit done on time. That's a zero. They're like, oh, no, no. It's like, no, 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 no. Now you're at the point in time where you have to beg me, not explain to me. So,
right. And this is the
the
thing
time
is,
for explanations is past.
it wasn't even like an explanation thing. It was you guys are so soft on your own deliverables that you don't have those for the employees, and so there's this thing of like maybe the test needs to be done by Tuesday, and
Yeah.
the test it's like well guys don't worry about the results. Like once you take it, it'll give you all the right answers. and we don't look at those either. But again, just shoving that into next week
Yeah.
and having those kind of stuff here, I think.
To be fair, there actually is there are management philosophies that are somewhat new that kind of align along those things.
Yeah.
Let me tell you where the hard edge on that thing is.
What is that?
Well, there'll be some kind of performance that is obvious,
Okay.
and then you're gonna have fewer people working with you at that point.
Well, this is what I used to say to Will when it came with like when I started working in the oil industry. I was like, these guys must make so much money. It's like, why? Like, we have no supervision,
Yeah.
none.
Yeah.
And everything that I've noticed is that when money gets tight, that's when people come in to make sure that everybody's doing what they're like. Numbers matter when
Numbers
things
do matter when money's
get
on the
tight,
line,
right?
well, and the kind of let it be management philosophy is basically like people who want to rise will rise,
Right.
and that makes our job a lot easier.
Because we don't have to.
Right, and so they're not going to sit there and burn somebody on a late test or like a missed answer or something like that because they might cut somebody who would actually rise in that situation. So once they get past that, but they'll know pretty soon, like which one of you guys is doing the work. Because I guarantee you, every last fucking thing you do for them is closely monitored.
Right. And
That's the one thing I promise.
I'd like to close this out with a little a thing that I caught on the internet a little bit ago. Um, it's a green text. A person makes this post. He said, "Finally get a job. Average of 7 to 8 Zoom meetings per day. Woman to man ratio is at least 10 to 1."
Where's this?
Well, his conclusion is this economy isn't real. It's Jew daycare to make sure women don't have children. Now, I can't.
Who said that?
This is not real. It's a
That's
joke.
not a real person. Oh, okay. You can never tell with fucking index, man. It's like, Jeff, stop looking at the frog people.
I will. I promise.
No, you don't. No, you
I don't hang out with frog people.
I don't. I didn't say you hung out with frog people. I bet you check them out from time to time.
Frog people? No.
How can you not? It's everywhere.
Frog people?
Index. Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Look,
I know lots of frog people on X, man. So
I guess it depends on how far into this rabbit hole you're going with frog people, man. Like that.
I follow guys who fight frogs, so I see a lot of frogs. So
I guess I'm at the. I can see like all the way down the street, and there's groypers at the end of that road, right?
yeah,
Like, all
those are
right,
frog people.
those are definite frog people.
Yeah.
The question is whether the frog people are actually like plain clothed.
There are definitely some frog people that I know.
If there are among us,
Plainclothed frog people.
that's what I don't know. If that's how I'm saying, because they're in uniform down there.
Right? Yeah. No.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
definitely some plainclothes ones.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm Pat.
I'm Jeffrey.